When your life is falling apart, your first instinct is to scream, explain, or fight back. But what if I told you that the loudest thing you can do right now is stay completely silent? Most people drown in the noise of a major life transition, explaining, justifying, and venting to anyone who'll listen. But true power belongs to those who stop talking and start listening to the stillness. Whether you're going through a divorce, a layoff, a move, a loss, or just a complete identity shift, the way you handle the quiet moments in between will decide how you come out the other side. Today, I'm walking you through 7 reasons why silence isn't weakness. It's the strongest tool you have right now. Stick around, because reason number 5 is the one most people get completely backwards. Reason 1. Silence protects your energy. Every time you explain yourself, you're spending energy. And during a major life transition, energy is the one resource you cannot afford to waste. Think about it. When something painful happens, the people around you want answers. What happened? Why? Are you okay? What's next? And it feels natural to answer everyone. But here's the truth. Every conversation where you re-explain your pain is a withdrawal from an account that's already running low. You need that energy for healing, for rebuilding, for making the next right decision, not for managing everyone else's curiosity. Imagine going through a divorce and having to explain it to 20 different people, your coworkers, your extended family, and old friends who just heard. Each conversation reopens the wound a little. Now imagine simply saying, "I'll share more when I'm ready," and redirecting that energy toward yourself. That's not avoidance. That's resource management. Reason 2. Silence prevents regret. Words said in pain are almost impossible to take back. And most major life transitions come with intense emotional pressure, which is exactly when we're most likely to say something we'll regret. Silence isn't suppression, it's a buffer. It's the space between the feeling and the reaction, and that space is where good decisions live. Think about the difference between firing back in the middle of an argument versus waiting 24 hours before you respond. The message is often completely different, calmer, clearer, and far less damaging to the relationship or to your own reputation. The goal isn't to bottle everything up forever, it's to choose your moment instead of letting the moment choose you. Reason 3. Silence keeps your plans safe. There's an old idea that's more relevant now than ever. Move in silence, let your results make the noise. When you announce a plan before it's real, a career pivot, a big move, a new relationship, you invite doubt, opinions, and sometimes even sabotage from people who mean well but don't share your vision. Picture telling everyone about a bold career change the moment the idea forms in your head versus waiting until you've already taken the first real steps. The second version protects the plan from getting talked out of existence before it even has a chance to breathe. Your plans are fragile in their early stages. Silence is the incubator. Reason 4. Silence lets you actually hear yourself. Here's something most people miss. Constant talking and explaining doesn't just drain your energy, it crowds out your own inner voice. If you're always narrating your situation to other people, you never get quiet enough to hear what you actually think and feel about it. Stillness is where clarity shows up. Not in the group chat, not in the venting session, in the quiet. This is why practices like journaling, walking without your phone, or simply sitting with discomfort instead of immediately venting can be so powerful during a transition. They're not about bottling emotion, they're about creating enough silence to actually hear your own intuition. Reason 5. Silence denies others power over your story. Not everyone who asks a question deserves an answer. That might sound harsh, but it's one of the most freeing things you can learn during a hard season. When you overshare, especially during a public setback, you hand people material, gossip material, narrative material, and once it's out there, you don't control it anymore. Think about the difference between staying quiet during a public setback and immediately going online to defend yourself point by point. The person who stays quiet keeps control of their own story. The person who explains everything gives the story away piece by piece to anyone willing to listen. Silence isn't hiding, it's ownership. Reason 6. Silence builds inner strength. Choosing silence over reaction is a discipline, and like any discipline, it's a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Every single time you resist the urge to explain yourself, defend yourself, or react in the heat of the moment, you're building the self-control you'll need for the next crisis. And there will always be a next one. This is part of why naturally quiet, composed people often seem to handle chaos better than everyone else. It's not that they feel less, it's that they've practiced restraint so many times that it's become second nature. Reason 7. Silence signals confidence, not weakness. Let's address the fear a lot of people have, that silence makes you look weak, passive, or like you've given up. It's actually the opposite. People who are truly secure in their direction don't need external validation to feel sure of themselves. They don't need to win every argument or answer every critic. Think of a leader or public figure who, instead of arguing with every critic online, simply lets their results speak for them months later. That silence wasn't weakness, it was confidence with its mouth closed. The next time you feel the urge to defend yourself loudly, ask, what would the most secure version of me do right now? Often, the answer is nothing at all, just keep moving. Let's bring it all together. Silence protects your energy. It prevents regret. It keeps your plans safe. It lets you hear yourself. It denies others power over your story. It builds inner strength. And it signals confidence, not weakness. The stillness you've been avoiding might be exactly what's rebuilding you. If one of these 7 reasons hit you harder than the rest, let me know which one in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're going through a transition right now and need help rebuilding what comes next, I've got a video right here on how to rebuild your identity after loss. Go watch that one next.